Hello and welcome to the fifth and final part of my tutorial video series. In this episode I'm going to discuss more of my mixing, and at the end I will export the final audio render file. Now, because my mixing technique is so time consuming as it is probably with many other ones, I thought it would be appropriate to just do a small recap or roundup of what I've done here with the effects and whatnot. So I'm going to start off with the guitar tracks. As you may already know, I have 4 rhythm guitar tracks, which were originally hard panned, but I decided to experiment with the quad tracking thing and decided that I would pan 2 of these tracks, 60% left and right. So I would get more wider sound, I think. And here's a small clip of that sound. And in that clip, if you noticed, there's a little reverb also to make the guitar sound a little wider, and also some EQing, mainly the high pass here and the notches around 144 Hz and 1K and 660 Hz, and a little boost over here as well. Then the solo track, which has obviously the impulse file here and some compressing with 6.4 ratio and 4 decibel knee, if that makes sense to anyone. Then I have the equalizer with low and high pass and a little boost for the high mids, and the notches that I made for the kick and snare drum for intelligent EQing. And of course the final delay here also, and it sounds like this. Yeah. And the spare track, which also has compressor and EQ. This is a kind of weird EQ curve, but I think it sounds fine in the mix, so hopefully you don't mind that. Then there's the delay and reverb, etc, etc. Yeah. For the drums, I didn't make any major changes after the initial mixing, but I adjusted the levels and whatnot to get the right sound for the mix. The room mic, the near room mic, is a little higher than when I did my first mixing. And the bass track, well, what's here to talk about? There's some boost in the high mids and obviously the intelligent EQing notch here for the kick drum and low and high pass. Yeah. Doesn't sound very natural, but I think it works for this mix. And now it's time for the final part of the mixing process, which is the master output bus. And now I'm going to play the whole mix without these effects, so you can compare the effect of these effects to the overall sound. So the mix sounds kind of dark, so first thing I did was add this boot EQ from Variety of Sound, where I boosted some of the presence or treble frequencies and also the bass frequencies. This is a free VST plugin which I recommend to try out. And here's what this mix sounds with the boot EQ. I also used an additional equalizer to boost the very high frequencies just a little bit above 4.6 kilohertz, and here's what this effect sounds like in the mix. Nothing major, but let's say it needs to be there. The next thing I added was this density bus compressor from Variety of Sound also, which I used to compress the whole mix just a little bit, not too much. But now I'm going to play what this mix sounds with and without it, so you can compare. Now you may notice a lot of red color in this waveform preview. So one essential tool that I used is this AOM Invisible Limiter, which is a free VST plugin as well. And what does it do? Well, obviously it takes the peaks away and makes the waveform look a little nicer, and the mix sound a little better also. So yeah, let's play it. By the way, I apologize for the sound crapping out, but it's only because this screen recorder software records full HD all the time, so keep that in mind. One of the final tweaks I made for this mix is this little envelope here, which I made for the boot EQ, and essentially it makes this little boom effect because I wanted the beginning to sound a little dramatic, and otherwise it would sound kind of dull. So here's what this beginning sounds without the envelope. And then with the envelope. And now it's time to render the final audio file. And what I do, I just press Ctrl plus A and drag the mouse to select the right area of the session. So here, and just go File, Export, Audio. And I'll do a FLAC file because I like that it has, or it makes a little smaller file in size, and select the right folder and click export, and I make a signed 24-bit PCM file. Then I open the FLAC file in a wave editor and check that the mix is okay. There's no clipping or anything else. And doing some final cutting and whatnot. Damn. Here. And then I do a little boost on the volume. I think that's fine. And finally render this FLAC file in MP3 format. Yeah. And now it's ready to be posted on the interwebs. So that concludes my tutorial video series, and I hope you got something out of it and enjoyed it as well. I put a lot of effort to this one, more than for my last tutorial video, so yeah, it's finally done now. So now I can concentrate on making a more creative content. So yeah, that's about it. And goodbye.